I hope that we're able to have this next conversation as adults. And please watch the entire video, listen to the entire story before commenting. I'm begging you. I hate to admit this, but I've delayed talking about this for a few days because I know that even bringing it up triggers some people off a cliff into irrationality. But at this point, I would be doing a disservice if I didn't talk about this. So I'm going to break it down as simply as I can. Russia is once again meddling in the election in order to help Donald Trump. Now, disclaimer, listen very, very carefully here. This does not mean Donald Trump is actively participating or coordinating anything with Vladimir Putin. This does not mean that Russia is coordinating with Trump. What this means is that Russia is doing what they do all over the world and what they've done for a very long time, and what the United States does all over the world. This is a really important message here. I'm not alleging, and I'm not alleging anything, it's the intelligence community. It is not being alleged that Russia is doing anything special right now. Russia has a long history dating back decades, really like 100 years, of using a series of tactics, depending on the situation, to exert influence on foreign elections. Now, for everybody, let's go through some of the responses people are going to send me. What about China and Iran? I'll talk about China and Iran in 2 minutes, so let's wait. What about the fact that the U.S. also meddles in elections? You're right, but of course the U.S. meddles in elections. That's not what this story is about. This is about our election being meddled in. If you are against Trump and you want the will of the people to be heard and for it to be the will of the people that determines the next president, right now we are talking about Russian meddling to help Trump in the next 3 months. That's the topic of this story. It doesn't mean some other thing isn't a valid story. Americans meddling in Nicaragua decades ago is true, interesting, and important historically. It's just not what this story is about. So don't distract with that. So what do we know? Russia is pushing their standard disinformation campaigns targeting Joe Biden. They're spreading disinformation to hurt Joe Biden. The American intelligence community has been briefing elected officials about this now for some time. Russia is working to help Donald Trump by attacking Biden. And meanwhile, China and Iran are working to hurt Trump. This is not just Russia, but you can't deny the Russia piece. That's the important thing. Russia prefers Trump, China and Iran prefer Joe Biden based on everything we know right now. Doesn't make anybody better or worse. It's simply what is taking place right now. The Russian interference is not merely about Trump per se, and it's not even about Trump specifically. It's about Russia's bigger plan to destabilize Western democracy. Anybody who thinks Russia's preferences are specifically about Trump as a person, you're mostly missing the big picture. Russia plays a big picture game. The game is sow discord in Western democracies to make people within those countries and around the world think, wow, democracy doesn't seem to be working so well in these countries. The more that Western democracies lose credibility, the better Russia looks in comparison. That's the idea. Making it a reality is another story. Now, in terms of their reactions to this nationally, Democrats and Republicans are just not the same. On many issues, if you've been watching this program, listening to the podcast, you know that I point out, here's an issue on which there is very little daylight between Democrats and Republicans. And when that's the case, we talk about it. On this issue, since 2016, Democrats have sought time after time to stop and prevent this type of meddling. Republicans have gotten in the way of trying to stop this type of meddling. Mitch McConnell has gotten in the way of dealing with this. Donald Trump has done nothing about it. So please understand, there's not anything conspiratorial here. Powerful countries try to influence elections around the world. Assuming you agree that's true, there's no particular reason to doubt Russia having a preference, and that preference being Donald Trump, because it's coherent with their geopolitical strategy dating back for decades. The U.S. does it, you're right. China does it, yes. Iran does it, absolutely. And so does Russia. There's no reason that we should be particularly skeptical of that. Why would we deny it? It doesn't make any sense. The claim, once again, just as a reminder, is not that Trump and Putin are working together right now. The claim is from the Intelligence Committee that the US election is just another one, and Russia is interested in the outcome, China's interested in the outcome, Iran is interested in the outcome. They have different preferences. Russia's preference is for Trump to win, and Russia's tactics are likely more sophisticated than those employed by China and Iran because Russia has been doing this for a very long time. Don't be defensive in the sense that accepting that doesn't mean you have to accept anything else. You don't have to accept anything that goes into speculation. But there are people that get very defensive when this is brought up and they start talking about red scares and all sorts of wacky stuff. It's very straightforward. There's nothing unique here. Let's identify it for what it is. I'm really excited that one of our sponsors today is Helix Sleep. I sleep on a Helix mattress at home. I absolutely love it. And that's why I reached out to them about sponsoring the David Pakman Show. Buying a mattress in the past was always a huge guessing game for me. I didn't know what I actually needed. I didn't know what I would like. But Helix has a sleep quiz on their website. You tell them your body type, your sleeping position, your back pain issues you might have, and their tool matched me with a mattress that is perfect for me. It's cool enough at night. It's the right firmness. I generally just do way better sleeping these days because of the mattress. Helix was awarded #1 best overall mattress for the last 2 years by both GQ and Wired Magazine. It is well-deserved, I can tell you firsthand. Every Helix mattress comes with a 10-year warranty. You can try the mattress risk-free for 100 nights, and they will even come pick it up at your house if you don't love it, but I know you will. All of my viewers will get up to $200 off your order, and you'll get 2 super premium pillows for free when you go to the link right underneath this video.